Welcome to CSS tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to go over the CSS selectors, right? So selectors is what actually help us to style our page. So during the course of this CSS tutorial, we're going to style the Facebook login page, right? We're going to get something that looks similar to this, right? We're going to use it to explain CSS. Okay, so now before we start designing our page, I think it is alright for us to know what CSS selectors are. Okay, so we have the universal selector. This selector actually affects everything that is happening within our HTML page, right? So all the elements are affected. So I want to set this to margin of 0, right? So while I'm designing, please take a look at what happens on this side, right? Because it will be auto updating. Okay, so I want to say margin, right? And I want to set it to 0. Okay, look at what happens. And I want to set padding, right, to 0. Don't worry, I will explain what all this means. Okay, and then I want to give it box sizing, right? Box sizing and say border box, right? This selector is known as the universal selector. Okay, so we have another selector known as the element selector, right? So every element here, you can use it to style, right? So let's use the body element. All right, so in order to style a body, an element, all right, all you have to do is say body, the name of the element, right? And then you put your curly braces. Okay, so what do we want to style here? So let's say width, right? That is the width of it. Let's say 100%. Okay, 100%. All right, so something else we want to say, we'll say height, right? Height should be 100%. Okay, and then we want to say margin 0, padding 0, right? Margin 0 and padding 0. Okay, so now this is how you style it, right? So if I want to show you something that you can see, let me say background color, let me say red, no brown. Okay, of course you see. So this is how you actually style an element, right? All right, so I'm taking this out. So the another type of selector you should be aware of is the class selector. Okay, so while writing your HTML markup, all right, as you can see over here, I said class. All right, you include class, which is first section, right? So you can see if I style this, is going to affect everything within this first section. All right, so let's try and see. Let's say dot. Okay, let me just copy this. First sec. Okay, let's say okay. All right, so in order to style a class, all you have to do is say dot and this, right? This is the full stop and the name of the class, right? Then you want to apply your styles. Okay, let's try something. I'm gonna say width, right? I'll say 100%, and we'll say height. I'll say 70% of the view height, right? And then we say background color, and then we want to say hash let's say hash F0, F1, F5, and let's see. Okay, this is what we have, right? So this is how you style this. Okay, now let's say I want to style this H1 tag, right, within this Facebook, right? So now all you have to do is, this is the rule. You say dot, which is this, and then you say H1, right? And then you start your styling. And whatever you want to say, you might say font size. Let's just say font size and say 2 rem. Okay, and look at what happens. Of course, you can see it increases. So when I say 4 rem, of course you see it goes bigger, right? So this is how you style a selector with a